Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Feels like a long time since I said that. And I know what you're thinking, Jesus Christ, he's returned in a fucking Man United top. Of all shirts to pick, he picks a Man United top. I know, I just picked the first shirt I've seen, but welcome back to the channel, and I'm welcoming myself back, obviously. If you didn't see, I did announce that I was taking the month of June off. I know we're now 4 days into July, but I went on my holidays, I've came back, I feel fresh, I feel alive again. I feel like I'm ready to start making videos again, and I'm glad to be back on YouTube. Thank you to everyone who has, stuck around and not unsubscribed from the channel and not pelted me with abuse to make videos. Just June was a very stressful month for me. Work up to my tits, but we're back to normal. I'm back to doing humane shifts for a part-time job. And you know what, I'm feeling happy again to make videos. So do you know what, today's the day I mark my return. And I'm glad to be back. Well, we've missed an awful lot, haven't we, since the last time I made a video. The last time I made a video, we were talking about David Turnbull coming to Celtic. In that space of time, he then decided not to come to Celtic, then to come to Celtic, then to fail a medical, and then to go back to Motherwell. A lot happened with that transfer and so on. And a lot more has happened in between. This has been a transfer window where we demanded, as fans and myself as well, we demanded Celtic to make changes. We demanded Celtic to improve. If we wanted to go and win 9 and 10 with these, we had to spend money. And so far, we are spending money. So far, I don't think we can complain with how Neil Lennon and Peter Lawwell have went about the transfer window. Very, very impressed so far with how things have been done. So just to quickly recap, this is kind of just a welcome back video and a kind of recap of everything I've missed and everything moving forward onto the coming days of news that is kind of coming about here and there. So in the time that I've been gone, we've seen a few big faces leave Celtic. Seen Marvin Comper sadly leave. He was released, it's a shame. Yusuf Malumbu has also left the club. Christian Gamboa left the club. Mikael Lustig left the club after being here, winning 8 straight titles. Unbelievable. And something I never really got to say on YouTube that I want to say now, just to show my my love for the guy. What a servant to Celtic, an icon for modern Celtic football. And he'll be sadly missed for as much abuse as we may have gave him over the last couple of years and such. Still, someone who you can't ignore the dedication he has towards Celtic. So, Mikael Lustig also leaving the club. Emilio Zagiri leaving for probably the final time. Obviously left before. Looks as though this will be the time he actually leaves. Dedrick Boyata and Scott Allen also leaving the club. A couple of youth players as well also leaving, but not names. People will not be overly concerned about, which is a shame. But I wish everybody who has left Celtic the best with the rest of their careers. Obviously, you see players going on to bigger things and such. You see Boyata going over to the Bundesliga. Hopefully, he does well. And then just players like Lustig, you want to see go and do well after everything that they gave to Celtic. In the meantime, though, Celtic spending money, haven't we? We've so far 3 players coming in. Should have been 4. Celtic, if the deal went through for David Turnbull, if he didn't fucking break his legs or whatever the fuck he done with his knees, and he did manage to come to Celtic, we would have spent £13 million by now. Now, yes, if you're an English fan, you're laughing at that transfer fee. £13 million on players brought in, that's nothing. We spend £200 million a season. But for Celtic, £13 million on one season on 4 players, that is marvellous. Obviously, the reality is we've spent £10 million on 3 players. Bringing in Christopher Julian, Luca Connell, and Bolly, here's the fun one, Bolingoli Mbombo. I think that's how you say it. I'm just going to refer to him as Mbombo throughout the entirety of my YouTube career. I cannot be bothered going through the whole name. But players who I'm looking forward to see play at Celtic. Christopher Julian, we already know, will be the established #1 choice centre-back at Celtic. Neil Lennon has already commented on that, saying that he will be the #1 centre-back. But we spent big on him. £7 million, becoming the second most expensive signing in Celtic Football Club history. So a lot of expectation on his massive shoulders. I was going to say his shoulders are massive weight on them, but his shoulders in them, they are huge. God rest the forwards in the Scottish Premiership this season going up against Julian. It looks like to be a machine of a man, hopefully not a flop. The last time we signed a centre-back from Toulouse, we were given the great Bobo Balde. Hopefully he replicates a lot of what we got from Bobo Balde, and hopefully it's not a flop, because £7 million is big money for Celtic and we can't afford to make that be a waste, Bolingoli Mbombo. Decided I wanted to try and say it one more time. God knows if I'm doing it right. Tell me if I'm or not in the comments. Has been signed as a left back for £3 million. To me, sorry to break the hearts of everyone, I'm going to take a drink because this one's not going to come out easy. This is something I didn't think I'd say to after 10 in a row. Just like Rodgers. To me, this kind of signals that Kieran Tierney will leave Celtic. It's sad, and this is going to probably turn into the main topic of the video. There's not much to say on Luke O'Connell. He's 18 years old, a lot of his career to go, just signed from Bolton. He's not even had a lot of first team appearances in his career. And Bombo for £3 million. Yes, there's the cover sorted for Kieran Tierney. Brilliant, fantastic. We've got depth at left back, great. But to me, spending £3 million on a left back kind of signals that we are expected Tierney to leave, and rightfully so. We should be expected Tierney to leave. Now, if I was in charge of Celtic, if I was offered £25 million from Arsenal, believe me, I would be pushing for more. I would be saying, look, there's players, there's fullbacks around the country going for silly money, and Kieran Tierney is one of the best. Hands down one of the best. And he's not just showed it in our league, which can be called Tim Pot or whatever you like. He's shown it on a European scale season after season after season. Now, I'd be turning around to these English clubs and saying, I want at least 40 million for him. But the reality is, we're going to take a bid such as 25 million. And the reported bid is from Arsenal for 25 million pounds. We are going to take that. I don't see how we could deny it. Then it comes down to a player choice. Does Kieran Tierney want to leave before 10 in a row? Does he want to go and, you know, triple, quadruple, maybe even five, but I don't know, quintuple his wages down at Arsenal? He could do that. It's up to him at that point. And do you know what? If he does go, I'm not going to give him the whole snake part. And I think the whole, I'm not really, you know, you look on Twitter and there's been a lot of debate. Some people are giving him the Rodgers part, or some people say he doesn't deserve the Rodgers part because he's stuck to the end of the season, blah, blah, blah. If he doesn't stay to 10 in a row, yes, it kind of defeats the purpose of the whole Mr. Celtic nickname and everybody believing what he was and such. But I'm not going to get over, you know, fussed about it. The boy deserves to go and progress his career at a team like Arsenal when given the opportunity. He doesn't know how many times in his life he's going to be offered that, especially with the injuries he's picking up. He's just had a fucking double hernia, a hip operation. Like, that is huge. That you know, his career might not let him get to the standard of an Arsenal transfer again. This might be his only chance within his career to do it. Now, the other argument is stay at Celtic, win 10 in a row, become an all-in legend at Celtic, then go on, then move, see out that 6-year deal that you signed, KT. A lot of people will be saying that. Was it 5 years? But at the end of the day, £25 million to Celtic. Look, the money we have spent so far in this window has all been from Brendan Rodgers' compensation money. That is what we've spent so far. That £10 million from Rodgers' compensation money. If we sell Tierney, that's £25 million of untouched money, along with everything else that is untouched from every sort of income we have made over the past 3-4 years. And then if we get into the Champions League, that's another 40 million. Now, if Tierney does go for that 25, I do firmly believe that Peter Law will turn around to Neil Lennon and go, right, take 15 of that, spend it, get in the players that you need. Because there still is improvements need to be done. We're talking about signing the likes of Raheem Harper. There's the boy from Paris FC, the fullback. I can't remember his name now. It slipped off my head. There's talk of all these players. Now, with selling Tierney for 25 million, we can bring in 4 or 5 players. Now, I know a lot of people. I'm more on the side of keep Tierney rather than sign 4 or 5 more players. Because right now, I think if you look at our team, we're another goalkeeper, a right back, another goalkeeper and a right back away from being a team that is unquestionably going to win the title again this year. And right now, I still think we're going to win the title this year. I don't see how our team... All we need is a right back now. If we get a right back, how can Rangers compete with this side? Because not much has changed. If anything, the dead wood has left. The players who weren't playing so well, the likes of Lustig. And we are bringing in players like Christopher Julian and Bombo, hopefully a new right back. And then everybody else coming back fresh for a new season. How are 10 players, or whatever many it is Rangers have signed for the total fee of £1 million, being Jordan Jones, Greg Stewart, all these, Che Ojo. How are these players who are going to compete for a league title? I don't see in my eyes how Rangers think, oh, that's just improved massively. Greg Stewart, Jordan Jones, Jake Hasty. These are not league title challenging players in my eyes. Now, I could say that, but prove the right fucking wank at the end of the season. Rangers might stop 9 in a row. But right now, I think if we either keep or sell Tierney, we're still going to go ahead and win the title. Our team is good enough. Christie will be back fit. Roger will be back fit. And Cham will be back fully fit. We've got Edouard up top. We've got Sinclair who'll be looking to have maybe revitalise his Celtic career a bit. We've got Shved coming in. Forrest, McGregor. What has changed? How is that 9-point gap going to change with Jordan Jones being Rangers' new top signing? I don't see how. Ultimately, I'm very confident of the way things Celtic are going about now. Honestly, I believe if Tierney does go, then we'll come on to it. We'll make a video. If he does go though, I don't think we have to cry about it. We'll see what happens. He might stay, but with signing Bombo, I do think we might have to say farewell to Mr. Celtic, Kieran Tierney. But aye, I've returned. That's it. We'll have a video tomorrow. We'll talk about more. I don't want to ramble too long in this. I just want to establish the fact that yes, I am back. If you've enjoyed, like and subscribe. Thank you for the support, even through the tough times. And aye, I'll see you all next time.